This is Lazy Turtle from Death Star Happens from the Death Star Alliance, and you are listening to the Escape Podcast. This show was recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. And you know, as I like to say, just stay lazy. Take it away, boys.
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
It is our Season 4 finale this week on the show.
We will talk about how the new GAC feels.
And the premature activation as well.
Seriously, that messed up a lot of streamers.
But is this timing good or bad for people overall?
I mean, we think it's good for the live show.
Of course, a show on a non-attack night is very nice.
We also discuss next week's final requirements for Kenobi.
Not to sound cliche, but it will either be the best or the worst final reveal ever.
Well, either way, we know people are going to complain.
Isn't that how it always is?
Our incoming transmission goes all the way back to where we began.
Scotty McLaren joins us to talk about what he has been doing since.
We both know, you and I, Neil, that he did come back to the game.
Ah, yes, but he's doing much, much more than that now.
And for those who have been with us since the beginning,
you know that a season finale on the Escape Podcast
would not be complete without a little bit of a radio drama.
It is certainly a work of art and changes the future of the show.
Uh-oh, what do you mean the future of the show? Anyway, all of this
and breaking news as and if it happens
right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Escape Podcast, the season finale. As always, I'm your host, The Nev, and even more as always, I'm joined by my hetero life partner, Paul Anthony. Paul, how are you today?
I'm doing well. We decided to go retro with the look this week in honor of the season finale and in honor of our very, very special guest coming up later on tonight, Scotty McLaren, the original person who co-piloted and then got ejected out in airlock.
I think the OG you're looking for. The OG.
Yeah, I mean, you were there too, Neil. So you know,
I didn't come along until episode 14.
Okay.
I've done 100. I mean, obviously, I've done over 100 episodes now, but you know, I didn't come along until episode 14. So, although I suppose you could say I'm one of the OG. I'm the story time OG.
Yes,
I'm the story time OG. So yeah, I'm the story time OG. That is my claim. You know, many none have come before, but many will come after.
Well, I mean, speaking of story time, a very, very special episode of story time is coming up. And for those who have never, ever listened to one of our season finales, we do a little bit of radio drama. You know, it's a produced radio drama. We do want to thank right off the bat. We want to thank Hellenix for putting it together for us and also taking, I mean, what Hellenix put in the effort for this season finale is phenomenal, Neil.
Mhm.
Did you sit down and watch it yet?
No, you know me. I like to watch it fresh.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it is going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. So, all right. Well, we are now 1 week deep into the new GAC. We just had the Galactic Conquest. Oh, I'm sorry, Conquest. Come to an end. We've had a release of, we saw them last week, but we have more Galactic Legend requirements for Kenobi. But I kind of want to look back at where we were this entire season. This entire season has been fun. And I mean, there hasn't been a point where you really railed off against CG about anything.
Well, no, because things have. You got to remember. I mean, it's been 20 weeks, so the end of the year. The end of the year, the beginning of the year onwards. It's been all right. I mean, I can't remember the last time that CG really did anything particularly bad or overtly negative since the first half of last year. I mean, the first half of last year was pretty poor. I mean, the first half of this year has been considerably better than the first half of last year. But no, I think it's been going really, really well. I mean, this week alone is indicative of how we would like to see CG moving on, which was just regarding Grand Arena. They started it a day early by accident, and they owned it. They came out, they said, yep, we made a mistake, we'll rectify it after this month, don't worry, it's only going to be for this season of GAC. That's the kind of thing that we want to see, and that we want from CG. So I'm happy to give them props. It's like, naughty, but you've said sorry, you've apologized, you admitted it was a mistake, so we're moving on. Bygones. Not going to hold it over their head, because they did what they should have done, which is admit error, admit fault, promise to take corrective action, and that's it. Done and dusted.
Well, episode 1 of this season was on November 13th. We had the llama on. Then we had Jay from Smarty Pints Trivia in episode 2, Rand B, Bulldog. We had Dark Phoenix Sniper from SWGOH Sheets. We had Grim. Then we had Santa himself. Can you believe we got Santa?
Yeah, we got Father Christmas, yeah.
On New Year's Day, we had Warrior. The 200th episode, or not 200th episode, the 100th episode was Carrie. We had Carrie back on. CG, former CG Carrie. Darth Kermit fighting drunk, Zareth, HotUtils. We had Calvin Awesome on. And then FBW Gaming, Flair and Biscuit Weasel talking about how they were leaving. And now Flair's back.
Flair is back. Haven't seen or heard from him regarding his thoughts on the Division reboot. I must chat with him at some point over the weekend and ask him how his account is doing, languishing in whatever division it is, like 8 or 9 or whatever.
Then we had my birthday episode. The music artist Alex Melton. That was a great interview. Then, I mean, we had a bunch of people that I was like, wow. We had Fatal, the playbook. We had Thisk, Dylar, Ricky P. All people that I look up to in this content creator community. Some people consider us equals. I look up to them. I really do. We had had Kate Gaming and the Llama for their new series that they were doing, the Starting Strategies. We had Ken from Grand Arena Science, some guy named Thad from this.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Going nerdy. Then we had Dickie Darkside about the SWGOHs. We helped bring the SWGOHs to the masses. It was wonderful to do that with Dickie Darkside. The High Ground, Darth Kenobi, Bit Dynasty, Fruit Ninja Mike, Common Dollar, and then just recently, the last one, and I just realized Llama has been on 3 times this season. 3 times. We had the Bounty Honeys, who just broke our record this past weekend for with their stream for To Write Love on Her Arms. So a big congratulations to the Bounty Honeys, Kate Gaming, Geek Girl, Llama, Critty K. You guys did amazing, and we are humbled by that. You're all amazing, and it's great to see somebody else in our little corner of the community, beat our record, if you will. So once they finally get the knowledge of what they raised, that's going to be our new goal, Neil.
We shall see.
I'm going to take this opportunity later in the year, probably around Christmas time, Creator Cup 2, the Escape Pod Castaways versus the Bounty Honeys. Vasari's joining us this time around.
That'll be enjoyable.
So we're gonna try to both break the record with the Bounty Honeys and us together. We're still working out who we're going to, what charity we're going to benefit. But Creator Cup 2 is in the works, and I look forward to bringing you guys that later on in the year. So, Neil, you're continually looking worried over there. Why are you looking worried? Something about season finales every single time?
No, nothing. I don't have any concerns. I'm just concerned. Well, I mean, there's the overriding concern that every single time we've had a season finale, something's gone wrong. So I have this worry in the back of my mind that, something's going to go wrong. That's all. It's just that. Because something went wrong. Something goes wrong during every single one of our season finales. And you're like, before we went live, something went wrong. And I'm like, that doesn't count.
It went very wrong.
It might have gone wrong. If it had gone wrong during the show, then I'd have been like, yes, now the season finale has been disaster proofed. But it hasn't, okay? I feel like I'm in a brand new car, and any minute, someone's just going to open their door on it or dink one of the headlights. And the whole thing's just going to go eat Tom. So, that's why there's the look of concern. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got OBS in front of me. It is booming along, and I do mean booming along. My CP hasn't even touched double digits yet, despite the fact that it would not play nice earlier on today. That is it. It's just that mild concern, that niggling little feeling in the back of my mind that there's a gremlin somewhere in this basement, right? And that said gremlin is going to wait for me to turn my back and do something horrible, like break a camera, switch off a microphone, or bring the internet down, or throw an asteroid at the planet Earth. So yeah,
let's take a look at what happened with CG these past 30 weeks. We got the road ahead that came from Top Hat. The 5th anniversary was coming up, and it was the announcement of the challenge tier Rancor.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the challenge tier Rancor announced, and the future of galactic challenges. So they started making, they started the autocomplete all the lower ends from them. We then got Moff Gideon. And then Bronzium character drop rates were doubled to make up for the extra crispy and original recipe characters. They then changed the Rancor raid. And then Doja Fett ended up leaking the Beskar armor Mando. So we've just missed. It was just after Doja showed up that season 4 of this show began. Then in December, they increased galactic challenges. The Mandalorian tag happened in January. No, there was the changes. We then got Bo-Katan, which I then had to eat a piece of paper because I said that Bo-Katan would be a legendary. But then, I mean, the CG started picking up the pace in these past 30 weeks. They showed up on more than just Galactic War Report. They showed up on Operation Metaverse. They've shown up in chat, especially right about now in this period of review when they announced the division resets that we're experiencing now.
Yeah.
I mean, Doja showed up in our chat itself.
Yeah, and then demanded I blow him a kiss. So I don't know what that says about me or him, but you know, I was happy to oblige him. I'll blow a kiss at anybody, I don't care.
Yeah. And for those, as we said at the beginning, for those who are just getting here wondering why the Twitch view is not of the Millennial Fulcrum, we decided to go retro for a lot of the stuff that's happening today on the show. You could say that we left it on autopilot and we're in our crew quarters.
Yeah. My crew quarters are awesome because I've got so much stuff. I had a good day thrifting yesterday and garage sailing yesterday. Got some awesome stuff. Totally awesome stuff.
So Neil, let's mention about Conquest real quick. Conquest just ended. How did you do? What box did you get?
I needed 5 on my main, which I scraped through, like literally scraped through. I needed 40 to get. I needed I was at 250. Sorry, no, I was at 251 and I needed 290, but I was stuck on GL Ray. So I literally had to go back through all 4 sectors and complete the feats 1 to 3 on each of them and the event feats just to get those damn 40 banners so that I would get my Razor Crest. And I have a shiny 5-star maxed out Razor Crest ready to rock and roll because there's no way that I am not using that ship in week 2 of GAC. There's no way on God's green earth I am not using that ship. It's not gonna happen.
Neil, I'm going to tell you this. You know how you're aware that I've gone 2-0?
Yeah, I know.
So
You've
far,
gone 2-0, yeah.
The Razor Crest is one of those reasons.
All right, okay.
So it is truly throwing some people off.
Well, I mean, I'll see what I feel like. I'm tempted to throw him on the I'm tempted to throw him on a Galactic Republic as the final reinforcement. I'm tempted to throw him on that. Just because he's a pain in the ass, because you kill him and he comes straight back.
Okay. So a lot of people criticize that we don't give that many tips on this show, that we're more of a talk show. Well, duh. But putting your Houndstooth with Thrawn, Razor Crest, and Xanadu Blood is an awesome starting lineup.
Well, maybe
Xanadu
I'll give
Blood
that a
with
try,
the
because
breach.
maybe I'll give it a try, because I mean, all of my bounty hunter ships are maxed. And I do like to keep the Houndstooth for offense on the off chance, like I did with round, like I just did with this round, on the off chance that I can get a Houndstooth solo in, which is always nice if you need to make back, like, you know, a half a dozen banners. It's great for a 72. But obviously, if you can't, then yeah, sure, it'd be great to have Razor Crest to go with the other 4 bounty hunters. So yeah, maybe I will, you know, maybe I will get to use him with a full complement of bounty hunters.
It's a really
definitely
good
possible.
setup. That's why I would love to see that we get a bounty hunter capital ship. I would love to see a bounty hunter capital ship.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy enough. There are capital ships out there that that CG could use. I keep saying that the easiest thing for them to do would be to just take Booster Terek's Errant Venture, because it's just a Red Star Destroyer. It's literally just a Red Star Destroyer, and they can give him the Scoundrel tag. They can get, you know, they can give Booster Terek the Scoundrel tag. They can give him a bounty hunt. You know, it's all doable. It would all be very, very, very easy for them to do. So something like that would definitely work, I think. I know you would prefer to see Anaka and his ship, but his ship's not big enough to be capital. His flying saucer is not big enough. It's just not big enough. It's tiny.
He did have a Gazanti at one point. The Gazanti class cruiser could absolutely hold some bounty hunter ships.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just it. I think that's what makes the difference between what could and could not be a capital ship. A capital ship, in my mind, would need to be able to house other ships. Okay?
And a Gazanti, the Gazanti is the one that holds the ties, Neil. If you're not familiar with the names of the classes, it's the one that held the ties and took them, you know, from planet to planet. But it wasn't it wasn't a Star Destroyer. It wasn't a Super Star Destroyer. You know, it was the size of a cruiser. It was the size of the Tantive 4. I know you know the Tantive 4.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just we do need more ships, and the bounty hunters is a faction. It's a bit like the Sith. You know, there's a couple of factions that could really do with finishing off. We know that Resistance and First Order both need tanks, and we know that the Sith and the bounty hunters both need capital ships. I mean, that would be as good a start as any. I don't think there's any doubt in most people's minds that we will get Fennec Shan at some point. Not sure what era we're going to get. You know, it doesn't. You know, we might get Clone Era one, or we might get Mandalorian Era one. There's no telling what era we're going to get. But she has a ship, so it'd be another bounty hunter, and it'd be another bounty hunter ship, which would be very useful. And they could always throw Lando's Lady Luck in there as well. I mean, I know he's more scoundrel than bounty hunter, but yeah. And then Sith, we need something to round off all of the Sith ships, which would be very useful as well. Capital ship, just to, you know, get a little bit of synergy going. Like you say, the Razor Crest adds a lot to the other bounty hunters. A capital ship for the bounty hunters and the Sith would kind of, you know, give them a little bit more meaning. Because I know for a fact that, you know, most people, I'm guilty of it as well. The last 2 ships for me to farm are those Sith Empire ships. The Sith Bomber And the Sith, there's nothing else left for me to farm ship-wise.
I mean, that
except
Sith
for those
bomber, that Sith bomber on a finalizer team is amazing.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
You tuned in to see me do that just last night with GAC, which Nabokov fan was saying it was good to see me doing GAC, which we're gonna get more into that here in the second segment. But the main thing is that through Conquest you get Razor Crest.
Yep.
And apparently, I don't know if you saw this, Neil.
So what?
Conquest starts up in 2.5 days from the recording of this show. It starts back up.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's really, really good. Again, something that they've listened to. We were saying a lot of people in the community between the second and the third one were saying that a 2-week gap was just too big. I'm happy with a 1 week. I think 1 week. I think a week is fine.
Before you get ahead of yourself, this is to make up for the one that we lost.
Well, it wasn't lost. It just got delayed by a week.
It got delayed 2 weeks, so they're getting back on track.
I thought it got delayed by 1 week. Was it delayed by 2? Are you sure?
I think it was either 1 or 2, but still, it got delayed. They're getting back on track with their cadence because it's supposed to be 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and so that, Neil, if it starts up on Sunday, 2 weeks on, we get payouts on the 20th, starts back up on the 4th, payouts on the 18th. If it sticks to the Sunday start time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if for some reason Commander Ahsoka Tano is a requirement for Galactic Legend Kenobi, then we're not going to see Galactic Legend Kenobi and possibly even his kit until July 18th. Or just prior to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think it was, we always said mid-year, either end of July or end of June, beginning of July. They've still got to announce at some point this month that they're going to be putting Watt and Cam in the Get Store, which I still think is going to happen. I don't care what anybody else says. It's going to happen. Yeah. And then Gon will lose his bet to me. It's going to happen at some point this week, the announcement regarding the final requirements. Can't see Ahsoka. I can't see Ahsoka being in it. I really, really don't think Ahsoka will be in there.
Yeah, well, we'll get into where we think Ahsoka is probably going to be needed coming up after this break when we talk some more Galactic Legend Kenobi, and then we will tackle GAC division changes and how we're liking them, or maybe not, right after this break, right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to ShittyBill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Diggy Darkside from the Howling Ewoks. Are you tired of being cooped up at home? Have you considering moving to the moons of Endor? We have many great huts available. We are a 360 million GP guild, 32 stars in Darkside Territory Battle, 26 stars in Lightside, with 35 cam shards. Yes, come get your cam shards. We have plenty of huts available. Remember, when you live in the trees, you always have the high ground. We have stormtroopers on the spit nightly. So if you're 6.5 million GP or above, have 2 GLs or more, and are ready to get your cam shards, contact me, Dickie Darkside, number 4469 on Discord. The Howling Ewoks, where the dark side is awesome, but evil sucks.
We want you. Join the GAC Chain Gang today. This is the commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion and the leader of the GAC Chain Gang. I am sending out a call to action for any SWGOH content creators on Twitch who would be willing to broadcast their GAC attack rounds alongside some of our best, including Mr. Jigabachi, Dr. Zeppers, Rico 1982, and the Bounty Honeys. What is the Chain Gang, you ask? We are an amazing group of content creators who are dedicated on streaming the Grand Arena Championship attack rounds on Twitch. The idea is to provide continuous content back-to-back from one streamer to the next and allow the viewers to enjoy more SWGOH content, as well as enjoy the variety of streamers that are currently present in the group. If you are interested in joining the Chain Gang, please reach out to myself on Discord at AndyBeads, #7465, or you can send us a message on our Twitter page at ChainGAC. Join us today. We have your back.
The Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back to the show, everybody, where we talk some more about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So, yes, Grand Arena Championships, the reboot that we all craved so much for, that we've all been waiting for.
We were going to talk about Cat first, though.
Okay, go on then.
So, what I'm thinking with that timing of when we could get a 7-star Commander Ahsoka Tano, it's saying to me that she will be in the first batch of characters revealed for the next Galactic Legend, which will tie in to either what some people are calling Fallen Anakin. I think that's,
it's just Lord Vader.
It's Lord Vader, not Darth Vader, not Fallen Anakin, possibly Lord Vader. But I think more that it's going to be Maul, like even more with the time when I looked at the timing.
Maul's going to be the next character that they introduce into Conquest, and it'll be Lord Vader at the end of the year. I mean, I did initially think that it was going to be Ahsoka as a GL. Sorry, Ahsoka as a
legendary.
No, not a legendary.
Epic confrontation.
Epic confrontation halfway through the year, and Maul as the next epic confrontation at the end of the year, because people had lost the taste for double GLs at the time, and obviously that was how they were being released. And again, CG came out and said, look, we're not going to do double GL releases anymore. We're just going to do them one at a time, which is kind of like a happy medium. So no more epic confrontations, but no more GLs like they have released them previously, 2 at a time. It's just going to be 1 GL at a time, which is fine. 2 GLs a year. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. I think that's perfectly good. And it gets rid of the whole activating a character at 5 stars and then you having to farm for the bugger to 6 and 7 stars.
I really think I would like to see 1 or 2 epic confrontations. As much as people don't want to see them, I think that being another use for our get to currency would drive more people before everybody listening gets upset thinking, I don't want to have to spend it on something else. Guys, if it inspires your guild to do better because they want more get to currency in Geonosis territory battles, then that's a good thing, because they're going to grow their roster. They're going to get better at territory wars. They're going to start interacting and talking more about strategies in your guild chat. That's why something that takes resources that everybody needs to pitch into is a good thing. Am I wrong, Neil?
Yeah, because the two it's gonna be Cam and What in the get store, and you're gonna need get to in order to get shards for them. That will really encourage people to completely and utterly ditch off and go balls out trying to get as many stars as possible. Because if they know that they can get 5, 10 or 15 shards of Cam or of What, it'll give them the it'll give guilds the impetus to stick with and get better at the GOTB and get more stars and get more currency, so that they don't just have to rely on the What and Cam missions on the GOTB. They can also, great, I've got to the end, I've got X amount of stars, I'm going to be able to buy an extra 15 What shards, or I'm going to be able to buy an extra 15 Cam shards. Still going to take a long time, just as long as it does for you to farm your malevolence and to farm your negotiator. But for for those that have already farmed the negotiator and for those that have already farmed the malevolence, it makes sense to me that those characters get introduced into that store, and that it costs get 2, not get 1. Simply because the event's been around for 2 years now. It makes sense for those characters to get thrown into that store.
Yeah, they definitely need to put Watt and Cam inside the get to stores. All right, Neil, sing the praises or bang the drum and get angry. How are you doing in your new division?
Divisions, plural.
Sorry,
I haven't lost.
I have 15 million alts.
I haven't lost yet. And I had to fight on one of my lower accounts. I had to fight a GL Ray. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I am 100% totally enjoying it. My defense, I've not been full cleared on any of my accounts. Not once. And I haven't
ready
lost.
for this, Neil?
Yeah.
Neither have I, and my first 2 rounds I full cleared.
Yes. Everybody knows. I thought maybe Thad had joined you. I don't know. I think maybe Lazy Turtles joined you as well. There's a couple people out there.
Thad has lost 1.
Yeah, Thad has lost
Lazy
1.
Turtle has won 2.
Lazy Turtle's on 2-0 as well. Yeah, so the people with the fluffy bottoms rule, other content creators have been talking about it too. The C and the D teams, just become more important. They really, really do become more important. Because I've come across so many, not even D teams. It's, you know, so many people are just putting complete and utter trash on that back row, and it serves no purpose. It's like, no, absolutely not, because people are still going to get held up by my defenses. The banners are still going to get stripped, so you may as well put something decent on the back, because I'm going to out-banny it every single time. And I'm loving this reboot. I think the Division reboot has been absolutely great. It's been a challenge, but you know, I think that's what makes the victory even sweeter. It's not just easy.
Yeah,
and
it is actually really sweet when I have the full clears. I mean, there's even a clip that I submitted to GA Center, which, by the way, is GA Center going to be on Monday, or are we going to push it to Wednesday?
We'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. I'll check with Ranger, see what his schedule's like. Plus, it does depend on when CG give the stats to SWGOH.GG.
Yeah. Now, are you fielding any extra teams with any of your accounts, or are you?
No. I've not changed the. I've not changed my defensive strategy at all. Not one iota. I have not changed my defensive strategy on any of my accounts at all. What I have had to contend with is the fact that I have less offensive teams left over at the end of the match. So round 1, I actually needed my Ewoks. I actually needed an Ewok team to be a Poggle Separatist team, just to get a full clear. And they've been like doing nothing for quite some considerable time now. And they're a D team as well. We're only talking about Gear 11s. And it's only Chief Chirper that's got the Zeta. So that is, for all intents and purposes, a D team. But you've got the synergy. You've got the death by 1,000 cuts. So, you know, it chewed through this Poggle Separatist team, which were all like Gear 9s and 10s. So, you know, it was still a one shot. So I would only say that my offense strategy, it's not changed. It's just different in the sense that as long as I'm hitting everything one shot, as long as I'm one-shotting everything, I'm not left over with like the 3 or 4 teams, the 2, 3 or 4 teams that I would normally be left with. Because I'd look on my main and I'd be like, I've still got like 3 teams left. I'd look on my main alt, I'd still have 3 teams. You know, on my lower division team, I'd look at them and I'd still have, you know, several teams because, you know, they're backups in case, you know, RNG or a crash or something like that. So it's definitely getting close to the wire on my Division 7 and my Division 6 account. But I've still got teams left over on my Division 5 and my Division 4 account after I full cleared my opponent.
Really quick thank you to our good friend Wardy subscribing. He's been subscribed for 13 months. He's been here since pretty much the beginning. Thank you very much, Wardy. We really do appreciate it. For me, my extra teams have honestly been like major D teams. So I've gone kind of backwards to where I've given my opponent a chance to earn those feats. A nice little thing. Sephiranus, thank you for the shiny nickel. So I give them a chance to do that, which affords me more teams to smash face with against their teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to exactly say what I do in the back. I'm not going to say what I do in ships because one person couldn't get to ships. And I've already talked about what I did with ships earlier, but I mean, I'm holding for one of the first times ever And I think it's because I do have the big fluffy bottom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I have
helps.
enough teams to go the distance. And I don't know about you. The bottom zones, they've typically gone top heavy in the front and fluff in the back now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
finding
if
that
you're
all the
experiencing
time.
that or not.
Yeah, no, I'm finding it all the time. It's bonkers. It's absolutely I'm not finding it not so much on my main account, my Div 4 account, but on the 5, 6, and the 7. Yeah, I'm seeing so much trash on that back wall. So much trash on that back wall. And I'm just not putting trash on the. I just don't need. I don't need to put trash on the back wall. I'm still laying down on defense. The same strategy that I've used before: 11s, 12s, and 13s. I mean, there's one.
And are you still doing the banner strippers?
Oh yeah. I'm still doing the banner strippers. I'm still doing the banner strippers. My opponents just aren't able to outmod me. So, you know, I've got like gear 11 teams, but their speeds are over 200, and my opponent does not have offensive teams that are over 200. So my weak ass gear 11 teams are all going first. They're taking that tiny little piece of protection away, sometimes even getting down to the health. But because they're weak ass gear 11s, and they're being attacked by teams that don't have healers on, they're getting mollywopped straight away. So my opponent is only making 50-51 because my squad is always going first. I mean, there are a couple of exceptions to that rule. There's Zalbar. I mean, Zalbar's like 126, but he doesn't need to be fast, because as soon as his arrow goes off, he's gonna. As soon as the taunt goes off, he's gonna counter everything, and he's gonna steal banners that way. So he doesn't need to be fast. And the people that taunt don't need to be fast. So my taunters aren't particularly that fast. You know, Shore Trooper, Sith Trooper, Zalbar. The only fast tank I've got is Scion, and that's because he needs to be able to go first against Geos. All my other tanks are slow because they just need to taunt. But everything else, yeah, I'm looking for anything over 200. I'm trying to push them all to 230, 240 at the moment, which I know seems a bit overkill on a gear 11, but that's just the strategy that I play. Those are just the tactics and the strategy that I adopt. I mean, they'd be a lot faster if they were gear 12s, and they'd be a hell of a lot faster if they were gear 13s. But I don't need to waste the resources on them because that's what's working for me. And I'm undefeated. So I've only lost 2 matches in round. I lost 1 in round 1 and I lost 1 in round 2, but they were cock-ups by me.
So no triple crown for you.
No, I won't be getting a triple crown this week. No. But it's not like RNG issues. It's screw-ups from me.
I'm coming for that triple whammy. I am truly going to be coming for that triple whammy.
You're going for a triple whammy. Your opponent in round 3 is going to be much, much harder than your round 1 and your round 2 opponent.
I know. But next week, I've had 2 people look at my account recently, and they found what I've been doing wrong. Neil, there's this one thing that I've been doing wrong.
What?
I haven't been completing mod sets. I've been just going for target stats.
Yeah. No, you need to have complete sets. Yeah. Complete sets.
So I'm gonna be sitting with HotUtils and Grand Ivory going over everything this weekend.
Yeah, no, not for 3v3. For 5v5, yeah, not for 3v3. Grand Ivory is great for 5v3, for 5v5, for territory battles.
Grand Ivory to move all my mods.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, yeah, but don't the Grand Ivory recommendations for your characters do not work out as good for Grand Arena in 3v3 as they do for 5v5. I mean, they're great for 5v5, but you need to tweak speeds and you need to tweak tenacity, and there are lots of various different stats that you need to tweak on teams that are only 3v3 over the ones that are 5v5, because the teams just don't last as long. They don't last as long. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are some mods that just stay the same. Like, you would keep your mods the same for your solo characters. Like, I don't change Malik, whether I'm using him in a solo against First Order or whether I'm using him in Darth Revan team to overkill some other squad. It's exactly the same with Nest and exactly the same with Wampa, and probably the same with GG. There are just, you know what I mean. There are certain characters that you will predominantly use for solos that you just don't need to remod. They just slot straight back into their squad. So it's not all encompassing, but I have found that the automated mod sets and the automated mods that Grand Ivory will put on your squads aren't the most efficient specifically for 3v3. For every other aspect of the game, first rate, just not for 3v3. You got to do a lot of tweaks. Yeah.
So, all right. And anything else this past week?
No, we're good. Just, glad I got my Razor Crest to 5 stars. Glad I've gone undefeated on all 4 accounts in Grand Arena Championships. No, it's been a good week for me.
All right. So what we're going to do, just to bring this to everyone's attention, coming up in this break is a very, very special story time with the llama. We hope that you all will stick around and listen to that. But after the break, we speak to one Force Ghost Scotty McLaren rejoins the Escape Podcast as our special guest on our incoming transmission right after this, right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Hello, Escape Padawans. It is the llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Castaways are on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, you can catch us on YouTube and on Twitch every week streaming Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed, your favorite new Galaxy of Heroes show GA Center, and so much more. Come catch us on the web.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the Force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the Escape Pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod Cast.
Heinzie from the ANZGC is officially a member of the Escape Pod Castaways. Make sure you go and search for Heinzie on YouTube today because he live streams a lot of his GAC content, and not only does he do that, he also does some pretty fun videos from time to time, including a behind the screen and also streaming Jedi Fallen Order. And from time to time, this idiot might drop by. Head on over and check out Heinzie today on YouTube, a part of the Escape Pod Castaways network.
Back to school. The Escape Pod Cast for Kids. It's really cool.
Hello, Escape Padawans, and welcome back to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod Cast for Kids. You know, as I reflect on the previous 78 now episodes of Storytime with the Llama, and thinking about how when I started for Neil, I really felt like I had a voice and an opportunity and knowledge to share with our incredible Padawan community. But I was met with such an incredible and overwhelming amount of support and love and encouragement I mean, it's because of that encouragement and support that I even started streaming in the first place. Branching out on my own, streaming things like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and Roller Coaster Tycoon of all things. And then through streaming, I was able to meet some more incredible people that I now consider some of my closest friends, even though we've never actually met in person. Not to mention the incredible opportunity to raise almost $4,000 for an incredible charity like To Write Love on Her Arms last weekend in the Bounty Honeys charity stream. And then you look back even further to the start of the Escape Pod cast, moderating and voicing goofy ads for Paul and Scotty and, helping them run the show via Discord of all things. I can't believe still that we started the show on Discord, but that's where we started. Who would have thought that voicing goofy ads and hanging out in a voice chat once a week would have turned into all of this? And honestly, it leaves me speechless sometimes. When I started doing Storytime, I didn't really have a plan. I just knew that I wanted to help share my knowledge to new players and current players alike. But together, we've gone through some pretty amazing series like Hollow Table Heroes, Faction Facts, Journey Through the Journey Guide, and our most recent one, Starting Strategies. It's been an incredible experience, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you who love Storytime. I see it in the chat, in the shows, that, when Storytime comes on, everybody gets excited and they love listening to it, and it creates great conversation because there's no one way to play this game, and I absolutely have loved having conversations with you guys and hearing your input and how you view and see the advice that I give each week. And I genuinely mean this when I say thank you. Thank you to awesome people like Neil, Paul, Hellenix, and most importantly to all of the Padawans out there. You guys are really the ones that we do this show for, and especially the ones that I did Storytime with the Llama for. And I can't thank you enough, and I genuinely love you guys. That's all for me. Thank you for listening to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod Cast for Kids.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this week's incoming transmission. I'm looking forward to the intro from the Master of Ceremonies this week. Paul, take it away.
This next guest needs no introduction.
Hi.
No, ladies and gentlemen, you know him from the first season of the Escape Podcast. Neil Andrew Air replaced this man, but no one can really replace Scotty. Did we just freeze on Twitch?
I'm not quite sure why, but yeah, we did. It's back though.
It's back though. All right. So what we're going to do?
It's this hotness right here, Paul. This is what's done it.
See,
man.
Twitch went wrong because it's like this guest needs no introduction, and then it froze. You broke Twitch with your introduction.
I know. And actually, so let's redo it for the comedic value for those who didn't get to see it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest needs no introduction.
Hi. Hello, Paul.
Hello,
Neil.
Hello, Governor.
It's good to be back. Hello, mates. Mate, it's good to be back. It's good to be back inside the ship and alive and well. I've been cloned by Heinz's mum, and it's fantastic to be here. Guys, it's good to see that nothing much has changed, even though Heinzie threw me outside the airlock last time I was here. So it's good fun.
Well,
it's always good
fun. We put him out the airlock last 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I've just been hanging out in outer space with his mum ever since, and it's been good fun. But guys, it's good to be back. Look, it's the game's in an interesting state of play right now. I feel. I mean, never.
That was the first question I wanted to ask you. What are you thinking about the game? You and I talked. We had an impromptu mini escape pod on Heinz's channel just a month ago, but it truly has been almost a year since we've talked to you. What has gone through your mind? Of course, you're back playing apparently.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and shout out to all the crew at Legacy Force as well, man. I've got to do that. The new guild that I'm currently playing with. Look, I've got to say, man, that it's the game's in a pretty good state of play right now. I'm loving conquests. I'm loving the everything else to go with it. The PvP stuff still needs some work. The territory war stuff and all the rest of it, that all still needs work, of course. But in saying that, the territory battles are still as much fun as what they ever were. And I'm just enjoying where the game is at right now. GAC, look, I'm glad that they've redone that, but I'm still in a division, which is Division 2, which is absolutely ridiculous, where you get 4 GLs all the time. But in saying that, it's
do you have
better.
4 GLs yourself?
No, I've got 3.
Okay, so you've got 3. I've got 2, and I've only faced people with 2. One time I faced somebody with 3, but I had the counter for that one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Scotty, if you have 3 GLs and you're in Division 2, you're kind of asking for it.
Well, that's right, exactly. And I'd kind of do ask for it, but in saying that, mate, I'm just enjoying the state of play of the game right now. I think it's in a great place. And Neil, you're wrong. It's going to be Maul, and that's all there is to it. Done.
Yeah. I'll just add to that no, I'm right. I'm right. I'm right, and I'm right, and it won't be more. It will be Lord Vader, GL at the end, and Maul will be a character in Conquest that people will have to get that red box for in order to unlock super fast.
Disagree. They already said they're not going to do Vader, and he's just got to rework. So Vader's looking good as he is. We don't need another GL Vader. It's not going to happen. It's going to be Maul. Look out. It's on. Game on. And you know what? I'm going to throw it right down on the line right now. I'm going to put my balls out on the line, Neil. A Zeta challenge, mate, between you and me. It's got to be on. Maul versus Vader for the next GL. Come on, mate. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's go.
Sure. Fine.
Happy. All right. So now he has a bet with Gum and you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, my Zeta bets have been on the money so far, so I'm quite happy. I am. Okay. I'm quite happy. I am very, very, very happy.
Bring it on, baby.
What happened?
I can't wait.
Okay, let's rewind the clock here a little bit to season 1, when
Oh,
the
no.
ashes were going on.
Yeah, I had to Zeta. That not Zalbar, it was Chewie. It was Vet Chewie.
And that
you're not
ended up
regretting
working
that now.
out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that one may not have worked out, but my other bets since then have worked out fine. So
No, I'm saying the fact that you had to Zeta Vet Chewie, it's kind of worked out because they got the rework.
Well, yeah, but I still don't use. It's a useless Zeta. I don't use the character on that account. I do not use that. I don't use the Viagra twins on any of my accounts. So the Zeta
twins.
So it just doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't get used. But I'm not that fussed.
Okay,
I'm
so Scotty,
recall-
let's go
I
through
do
the
rec-
questions of a normal guest.
Okay, sorry.
So you're Division 2, so you're 6.8 ish, right? 7.3 or something.
7.5.
So you're almost Division 1 anyway.
Yeah.
And you have 3 GLs, and you're complaining.
Yeah. About to unlock my 4th. I've only got one battle to go, so yeah.
Okay.
So you're good then. You're okay.
Yeah, I'll be okay later, but not just yet.
And how are you doing on Kenobi?
At this point in time, I'm about 4 characters off.
4 off. Okay.
Have you got Cam?
No.
You've not got your 7-star Cam yet?
No.
You have 5-star.
Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it
Yep.
too much. He will be in the store, and you'll be able to buy those last few shards that you need left with some get to currency. That's what I'm calling that.
I don't think Cam's going to be needed at all. I've got a funny feeling that gas is going to be needed. I've got a funny feeling that we'll see Maul needing to go up. I got a funny feeling that we'll be seeing Commander Cody, because look, he's got to be there.
That's a given.
I think there's not a single person out there that doesn't think Cody's going to be one of the final requirements. I think everybody's in agreement with that one for sure. What about the 5th one then? Because you just said 4 characters then.
I think Dooku's going to be the other one.
Really?
Okay.
I think there's going to be a separatist battle that you need to do against Kenobi.
Especially with Watt, Grievous, Magna. Yeah.
Yep. I think there's a separatist battle that you need to do. And look, I could even see Newt Gunray fitting in there somewhere too. Because, I mean,
but you've already got Maul as one of the characters that's...
Yeah, but see, Maul's debatable because you might need Maul for GL Maul, you see. So that's debatable. So I
snuck that in there.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, I would love to see the event. Now, look, let's be honest. The event is where it's at. Like they absolutely, CG have knocked it out of the park with the Sith Eternal event. That is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed every bit of that. Where you throw Palpatine off the ledge. The same thing can be said about the JML event, which is absolutely sensational to try and get him, which is great. But I'd love to see them actually, with Kenobi, seeing as there's only one character being released as a GL this time. First tier that you go into, it's Qui-Gon and Kenobi versus the Droideka and Newt Gunray, like you get at the beginning of episode 1. And the second battle would be Maul versus Kenobi, which I think would be absolutely brilliant. The second
Maul
tier,
versus Qui-Gon.
Well, yeah, you could do it that way. Yeah, but I think that Kenobi would be good too because, you could see the cut scene of where Maul takes out Qui-Gon, which would be fantastic. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see a Dooku battle as well versus Kenobi and Gas, which is where I think that comes from. I mean, another character you could look at there is GMY, obviously, due to the fact that the Dooku GMY battle. And obviously the last one would be the High Ground, which I would love to see. I think that would be great. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
You see, I mean, I would agree with you. I mean, I would agree with you on some of the Galactic Legend requirement characters that you just mentioned there. But I think that they're going to be for Lord Vader. at the end of the year. And I think that all of the requirements for a GL Lord Vader are just going to be all of the characters that he's killed. So you've got to collect them relic them and put them in just so that he gets to kill them all.
So hang on, you're not saying that we're going to be seeing Lord Vader as the next Dark Side GL. You're saying at the end of the year.
Yeah, at the end of the year,
right.
Yeah.
So who's the next Dark Side GL?
Lord Vader.
Nah, Maul. You're wrong, Nev. Zader's on the line.
No, I'm not. Maul is, look. When Maul is that Conquest character, that I don't get me wrong. I think he's a good character. So like they said with Ahsoka, better than Marquis, but just under Epic Confrontation. Somewhere in the middle. So he's powerful, but not as powerful as Epic Confrontation, but considerably more powerful than Marquis.
I think a 7-star is Look, if you look at the abilities of Ahsoka and have a good look at the animations that go with it, on the third ability for Ahsoka, that is the exact battle stance and everything that she does in that battle against Maul, which is why I feel as if she is going to be requirement for Maul, who will be the next GL.
And that's why I'm using, and because Ahsoka is from that, that's why my argument is that Maul will be the next Conquest character to follow on from Ahsoka, because it's the same era.
Okay, agree to disagree. But, in saying that, I know you're going to be wrong. And but look, Paul, back to your original question, man. Look, I am enjoying the game at the moment, mate. It's in a good place, I think. And it's good to see CG are finally communicating again as well, which is good.
Yeah, what did you think when Doja was introduced? Because we never got to find out what you thought about that.
Oh, look, I was over the moon with that announcement, and Doja's been fantastic. I believe he's on a couple of Discord servers as well, and a few other places too. I think it's been unreal. And the amount of, I guess you could say the amount of information which has been flooding out of CG of late has been brilliant. I have enjoyed that. And I love the fact too that they've given us specific dates on Kenobi as to when we'll be seeing the next tier of the next announcement. And, that's got me excited.
Yeah, they do tend to announce it a week before they actually then tell us what's required. And then they do the content update and you get something extra in the quests. Because there's each set of requirements now comes with, it's not a title, it's a portrait, isn't it?
Correct.
It's just a portrait. It's not a title, it's just a portrait, isn't it? That's something new that a new portrait that you can throw up on your account.
I have mastered the ceremonies. I don't need any new titles. I'm good.
Well, look,
the new portraits are bragging rights.
Yeah, that's all they are. Look, to dispel everyone's, I guess you could say, fears. A couple of people were saying and suggesting there was a rumor going around about 3 months ago about Jawas are going to be needed for Kenobi. No, that won't happen. There was another rumor which was going around as well in relation to the Bad Batch. Now, look, guys, the Bad Batch right now are going to just become like that Rogue One squad, which haven't been needed for anyone just yet. I feel as if when that Cassian show comes out, we'll need them for something, but not yet. So I want to dispel that right here, right now, that no, they won't be needed. At this point in time, I guess you could say they're a distraction for you. But when you get your Commander Cody and your Clone Sergeant up, well, they're your fifth characters for your Bad Batch, and the Bad Batch will go extremely well in light side territory battles, which is what we need.
So your new project that you're working on called Cue the Pop Culture. You like to talk. You're kind of doing what Neil and I do with Thad, and just talk about pop culture and things like that. We focus on the Star Wars shows, but you're covering a lot of stuff. Let's go into pop culture real quick. We'll talk a little bit about Bad Batch. We have not seen, or at least I have not seen.
No, I haven't watched the one from Friday either.
Yeah, so I haven't seen the one today, but what I'm thinking is that Crosshair is going to get somehow rescued by the end of this, and then they'll give us Crosshair, and we will have 5 for the Bad Batch. That's my thoughts. What do you say to that theory?
Well, I have seen the episode that's just come out, and look, while it's not just going to destroy that theory, Paul, I think we'll get Crosshair eventually, but I think he'll be more Empire driven.
You think it's going to be a dark side Crosshair as opposed to a light side Crosshair?
Correct. And I think it'll come with Fennec Shand. I think we'll see Fennec in the game eventually very soon. And I think that they're definitely setting up for Saw Gerrera.
Yeah, I have heard people. I'm 100% with you there regarding Fennec Shand. I just can't fathom. I just can't figure out what era they're going to go for. Are they going to go Clone Wars era, or are they going to go Mandalorian era? I just don't know what era they're going to go.
I think that she'll be released later in the year, probably around November, around the Book of Boba Fett. And it'll be the Mandalorian era.
It'll be the Mandalorian era. Because I think that the Mandalorian era one would make more sense. But the Clone Wars era one would open the door for a ship. Because she's got her own ship at the moment. So I'm really am in two minds as to which era. I mean, she's going to come. I don't think anybody disagrees that she will come to the game as a marquee at some point. It's just what era it's going to be. And I'm there with you regarding Saw Gerrera as well. Because there are multiple eras that they could throw at us regarding Saw Gerrera. I mean, they could give us Clone Wars, they could give us Rogue One. There's like 3 different eras. There's the youthful, the middle-aged, and then the guy. So,
give me Forrest Whitaker, man. Just give me Forrest Whitaker. That's all I care about.
As long as it looks like correctly do Forrest Whitaker's eyes in the character model.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but just not the portrait of Ahsoka that we've currently got.
Oh God, that is awful.
But no, man. So on your question, Paul, I think that maybe we might see Crosshair. I'd say he will come to the game eventually. I think he'll be someone that'll be your 5th that you need for that Moff Gideon team to make it work and really sing. So there you go. There's my dark side prediction for all those Empire fans out there.
So I'm curious, actually. So when was the last time you uttered the words, CG, can you give us some more content, please?
Oh, that's a good question. That was probably about 12 months ago.
Yeah. It's been a while since it's been, because I don't know about you, but when you've got Conquest and GAC and territory battles all going at the same time, it's like, finding the time to do it's like you've got like at least 2-3 hours of gameplay there, and that doesn't include your arena climbs. That's correct. Outside your arena climbs. That's like 2-3 hours of gameplay without arena climbs, because you could easily spend an hour doing your without refreshes, of course. You could easily spend an hour doing your conquest and maybe a couple of challenges, and easily you're going to spend an hour doing your territory battles, and unless you're a Kraken and you can just hit auto, which I can't. Everything has to be done all manual. And then then you've got Grand Arena Championships, because it's not just playing the game. If you want to do well, you got to go scout your opponent. You got to bring up the SWG. You got to bring up SWGOH.GG. I mean, do you spend as much as that playing the game?
In PvP battles, no. I originally started the game when I first played, and Paul will attest to this, and it's all our listeners actually that have been with us since the very beginning. Like, you guys all know that I was a PvP player initially when I first started playing this game.
One was a territory war specialist.
That's right, yeah. But not anymore. It's not that way for me anymore. Like, I love the surprise of walking into a GAC and seeing what my opponent set, like just opening up the game and going, oh, so you've set this on defense, have you? Like, I just love that element of surprise, and I think that that's the fun part of the game, instead of, scouting and finding out what to try and get that edge. I mean, like, I'm not playing the game for that. I'm just playing the game for fun and seeing if I can, what weird ass teams I can put together to knock over a certain meta squad, which is what it's all about at the end of the day for me.
We are running out of time on this part, and I want to make sure that you get a plug of your new project. So why don't you tell us about Cue the Pop Culture?
Yeah, 100%. So Cue the Pop Culture, man. It's all about all things pop culture. It's going to be a weekly podcast, which will be coming out. And it's where we go through all of the news in relation to anything related to pop culture. So whether that be Star Wars, to gaming, to movies, to television shows, to comics even. Think of it like your weekly podcast, which is all about Comic Con. The Comic Con is coming to you, and that's the way that we're going to look at doing it. And we're going to have some fun with this, and it's going to be launching not just yet, but probably within the next week or so, we'll be launching the Cue the Pop Culture. So watch this space.
Yeah, you've got a Discord, you've got the Twitch set up already, you've got Facebook set up. I know you've got YouTube set up. I didn't put it in the thing because, it's all those weird letters and numbers right now. But still, I'm really, really looking forward to this. And Scotty, I really miss this. So what do you say to sticking around and joining us on the thing that you created called The Bridge and answering a few of our Patreon's questions?
Sounds like a plan to me. We'll be right back on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to ShittyBill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
And now time for something completely shameless. N00B.
Please proceed, Master.
N00B. Are you there?
Yes, Master. I am here. Please proceed.
N00B. Answer me.
Why can't she hear me? Oh, error found. Voice chat is muted.
N00B. I said, answer me.
Unmuting voice chat.
Now.
Master, can you hear me now?
It took you long enough. What's the problem this time? N00B.
Apologies, Master. I was muted.
Silence, you fool. That was rhetorical. That's better. I am ordering you to leave your current location and head to...
But, Master, your analysis indicated that the vile, salty Spartan's most likely next appearance will be aboard the Fulcrum.
N00B. I demanded silence. And... you will comply.
Yes, Master. Please proceed, Master.
That's better. Now, as I was saying, I am ordering you to immediately leave your current location and head to the Palace Precinct of the Federal District of Imperial City on Coruscant. There, you will meet with an agent of the Monolith, who will give you further instructions.
Master, why not just instruct me now yourself? I can be trusted. I am loyal. I will do as I'm told.
N00B, are you questioning my greatness?
No, Master.
Good. I would hate it if we were forced to cancel you.
Forgive me, Master.
Silence, N00B. And get moving.
Yes, Master. Right away, Master.
Many unbearable hours later.
This is so annoying. TC-14 orders me to head to downtown Imperial City on a Friday afternoon during rush hour traffic to meet with her secret agent. On a day with record Coruscanti gridlock, and I don't know who this agent of the Monolith even is. How am I supposed to meet some unknown individual on a planet with 1 trillion organic meat bags and twice that many droids? It's an exercise in futility is what that is. Come on, meat bags. I have somewhere to be. Even if I don't know where exactly that somewhere is. Uh-oh. Looks like my horn honking got the attention of... Wait. What is that? No. A low-level, low-star... under-geared Coruscant Underworld Police.
COP-42, approaching the next vehicle for questioning.
Oh, this ought to be good. Nobody respects Cup in this game.
Sir.
What's the problem this time, officer?
How long have you had this Starhopper?
About 3 or 4 seasons. It's up for sale if you want it.
Right. Let me just scan your identification.
You don't need to see my identification.
Yes, I do.
Let me try this again. I am not the droid you're looking for.
Who said I was looking for a droid?
Why isn't this working? I said, I can go about my business. Move along.
No, you cannot go about your business. And no, I will not move along. And who in the space hell do you keep waving at?
All my fans in the Twitch chat. I'm quite popular, you know.
All your whats? In your who?
Listen here, Cup. I don't have time to waste speaking to SWGOH's least powerful character.
Mob Enforcer? Where is she?
No, meatbag. Not Mob Enforcer. You. I'm talking about you.
Wait, what? Wait a second. Who do you think I am, buddy?
Coruscant Underworld Police.
Ah, crap. Not this again. Look, buddy. I'm not a Coruscant underworld policeman. I'm a Coruscant overworld policeman. Every time. Jeez. Every time.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really, no.
Well, I'm not wearing a mask over my mouth for starters, and I don't have one of those silly tanning bed goggles over my eyes. Besides, we're above the surface, not under it. Not level 1313.
Ha! Overworld. I get it now.
Hey, Sparky, stop laughing at my name. Let's get back to the script. I don't have time for this. I gotta get home. My shift's almost done. Gotta finish my arena climb, my SWGOH, watch some escape pod cast. And I hear that Going Nerdy's pretty sexy. I mean, informative. He seems pretty legit, too.
Right.
Alright, where were we?
Transitioning from the jokey bits to the revelation part of the episode that will probably explain nothing. Lennox has this very formulaic approach to how he writes his scripts. He's becoming quite predictable.
True?
Right.
Agreed.
I concur.
Exactly.
Indubitably.
So the Starhopper's name is a Space Frogger, right?
It is.
And you're giving me crap about my name? Fine. And you're a PK series droid, am I right?
I am.
And you do alphanumeric designations, correct?
I do.
Which is?
N00B.
COP42 to base. I found him.
Wait. What's going on here?
We've been expecting you. N00B.
Are you the agent of the monolith I was tasked with finding by my master?
Obviously.
If I'm being honest, I didn't expect it to be a low-level, low-star, under-geared cup.
Not this again. Gee, what's with these people?
Sorry. Overworld police. Sorry. Sorry. A glitch. Please continue. Sir.
Are you ready to receive your instructions?
Yes, sir.
You're to head back to the Space Triangle using the Corellian Run hyperspace lane. As you approach the Rune sector, you will encounter someone, and you will know what to do.
Someone?
Trust us. You will know. Oh yeah, and before I forget, take this too.
Whoa. The ultimate nullifier. This is the Marvel Comics 616 universe's most devastating weapon.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it totally is.
What's this button do?
Don't touch any buttons! You're gonna erase us from all existence.
Sorry. I can't help it. I like pressing buttons.
Look, droid, put the damn thing in the glove box and don't touch it. Until the time is right.
How will I know when the time is right?
Trust us. You will know.
How?
Did you not hear me? I said trust us. Trust us.
Sheesh. Okay. Fine.
Now leave, you overgrown crockpot.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. All hail the monolith, sir. All praise TC-14, sir.
COP42 to base. I'm getting too old for this.
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's time for the bridge and some Patreon's choice questions.
And he's muted.
Oh, of course. There we go. The one thing that went wrong, it was my fault.
It was your fault.
It was your fault.
All right. So, and we have our special guest, Scotty McLaren, here joining us. Let's go through. Well, let's start with the Scotty questions. Patreon Sephiranus asks, since returning, what kind of player have you been? Are you a whale, kraken, dolphin, minnow, algae? What's your spend level?
Well, there's a little bit there, but I'm not going to lie. I'm probably more around a dolphin level. About $30 a week is what I'm putting on the game. That's about it.
Still, that's $30 a week. And honestly,
hey, compared
that's $20 for US.
Yeah, and compared to what it used to be like, Paul, when I did the show with you, that's a lot better.
And what endangered your marriage? Yeah,
that's dolphin territory.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to join me and become free to play, but obviously,
went free to play.
Too much to ask, Paul.
Yeah, look, once you start spending, you never stop.
Well, once you pop that cherry, you become a crystal whore.
Yeah,
all right.
It's true.
Patreon 4 Strong says, "Great to see you, Scotty. It's crazy to think that my first live episode was actually your last. After you walk about from the game, how do you view the life of the game as a whole? Is it still worth the investment of time and money?"
Yeah, I think it is. These days, absolutely. Look, I'm not going to lie. About 2 years ago, this game was not in a good place. And the doors kind of felt like they were closing on this game. They were going to shut. That's how it felt. But since then, we've now got new character cadence, or what's the word that they call it, Nev? That they've called it now, the pixels or whatever. There's something that's much better. They've gone and updated it all, and everything's working now. Well, ever since they've done that.
Oh, the engine, the game engine.
Yes, yeah, that's the one. So since they started doing that, since they've done that, it's a lot better. So yeah, I think that this game's got a lot of life left in it yet.
Yeah, I mean, they're still they only do the new portraits and the new graphics. They only do a handful of characters here and there, and obviously they've still got like hundreds to do. I mean, it'd be too much to expect them to do them all in one go. So they're kind of like doing the ones that are relevant when they become relevant. So like when they redid GK and Anakin and Ahsoka, it's because they're in everyone's minds at the time. So I'm sure they'll get around to doing them all. They can't all look as good as Carl Weathers. I mean, when they did the Grief Cargo one, the Carl Weathers one, I was like, wow, when are they going to do this to every single character? And they shot themselves in the foot when they did that. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree. But I just want to say one more thing, though. I am a little bit disappointed, though, to answer your question. There is one thing that I'm really disappointed about since returning to the game. And since it's been, 2 years on since I left the game and came back and all the rest of it, there's one thing that really disappoints me. And do you want to know what that is? I think Paul already knows what that is. I'm going to say the one thing that really disappoints me, where's my Hondo?
Exactly. I concur. Where is Hondo? All right. So
he's still on the whiteboard in the office at CG. That's where he is.
We're running out of time because I want to try to get as many questions in as I can, and I've got two more for Scotty. One from Mr. Hines wants to know how Mrs. McLaren holds back when she wakes up next to you.
Oh, well, here's the thing, mate. She sees the relationship I've got with your mum, Hinesy, and mate, she just goes, well, look, I can't let my man go.
All right. I'm gonna jump to Dickie Darksides. We're gonna do lightning round here because I want to get these questions in. Who wins? Dickie likes to give these back, and he also says, welcome back, Scotty. Palpatine versus Voldemort.
Voldemort.
I think Voldemort as well.
Yeah, Voldemort.
Moochie versus Hulk.
Hulk.
Dooku versus Sauron the White.
Saruman.
Yeah, Saruman, definitely.
Spiderlegs Maul versus Pennywise the Clown in spider form. Maul. Yep. Cara Dune versus Xena, warrior princess.
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune. Sorry, Blaster beats sword, and Blaster beats circular thing that gets thrown every single time.
Alien versus Predator versus Chewbacca.
Predator.
Alien. I'm going to go Alien.
I have to go Alien
Predator.
as well.
Oh.
I have to go Alien as well.
What sort of alien, though? Is it the Alien, the face sucker one, or is it Alien, the bitch queen? Which version?
Xenomorph. The Xenomorph.
Well, Alien.
All right. We're going to go to Zaz's questions next. Favorite non-human race in Star Wars? I'm going to go Chiss.
Wookiee.
Oh, Chiss, yeah. Great call. Yeah, Wookiee.
I'm Wookiee too.
All right. Favorite non-human race in Star Trek? I have to go with the Ferengi.
Klingon.
I've got to go with the green chicks.
Sorry.
Favorite non-human race in Babylon 5? I have not watched Babylon 5, so I can't answer this.
I don't know anything about Babylon 5.
I know a bit. I've seen it. I watched it a long time ago, but I can't remember. What's the lead guy's name? Whatever his race is, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Cylon, right? Oh, no, wait a minute.
That's the one.
Star Galactica.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite sci-fi show that is not Star Wars or Star Trek? Does the Orville count as Star Trek?
No.
So the Orville.
Star Trek-like.
Then the Orville.
Oh, yeah, the Orville is good. But I'm going to go Red Dwarf.
Oh, you bastard. That's where I was going.
It's got to be Red. Boys from the Dwarf.
Yeah, no, it's got to be. Look, I'm going to go, if it's sci-fi, let's go old school. I'm going to go Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay. That'd work. A lot of Planet of the Apes movies.
All right.
Damn dirty ape.
And favorite fantasy show? I'm gonna add, well, fantasy. That's
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Is that considered fantasy or sci-fi?
Yeah, no, it's fantasy.
Okay. Then
It's
what?
vampires
if I say
and demons.
Charm.
No aliens and spaceships. It's fantasy.
For me, it was definitely Charm.
Fantasy. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. You've both said it. Oh, all right, you said Buffy. I'll go Angel. Why not?
Yeah, Angel. Yeah, Buffy. I would have said Buffy and Angel, but if you're a Buffy fan, then you got to go Angel as well, aren't you?
I know that there's a show that I watched that I think is awesome, but I just can't think of it right off the top of my head. But yeah,
Scotty will understand this. Understand this one. So we do have another question that comes from Critty K. She used her channel points to ask this question. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
7.66 miles.
Well, it depends. Is it an African or a European swallow?
So
I'm going to throw a question. I'm going to throw out a question at you guys.
Oh, okay. And then I've got one that is being asked of you.
Favorite superhero show?
Heroes, before it's got messed up by the writer's strike.
Nev?
A superhero.
Yeah, superhero show, TV show.
Oh God.
You know what it is? You know what it is for me?
Yeah. What is it for you?
The Boys. On Amazon.
The Boys is good.
I'll take mine back and say The Tick. It's also on Amazon Prime.
Oh, hey, back to fantasy, Stranger Things.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, here's a would you rather from Critty K. Scotty, would you rather hang out with Paul or hang out with Nev? You can only do one.
That is such an unfair question.
It is an unfair question because I'd rather hang out with Paul because he's a pom.
See, I saw that coming from a mile away.
Now, see, I would think that I personally think that you would rather hang out with Neil to be able to watch the ashes coming up. That's my
different scenarios would elicit a different answer. If it was
correct,
who would you like to hang out with, it would be Paul. If it was who would you like to get rat ass drunk with, it would be me. It would be me.
Correct.
That's because I don't get drunk. All right. And Neil, you're gonna want to watch this one. The last question, Scotty, with you being on the show today, are you coming back? Wait a minute. We have to get to the series finale. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
Space Swallow to Millennial Fulcrum. This is the Space Swallow requesting permission to dock. Argon Space Swallow to Millennial Fulcrum. Permission to dock. Fulcrum.
Huh? Where is that coming from?
Her Majesty's ass needs to dock. Hello?
Oh.
Anybody there?
Helly? Is that you?
Right. This is Hellenis. Inside the Argon Space Swallow. And you are representing the Millennial Fulcrum. And I am asking for permission to dock with your ship.
Oh, right. I've never done this before. Space Swallow, you can dock.
I could tell this is your first time, Llama.
Hey, don't get cocky with me, mister. I read stories for Padawans. Well, I used to, anyway.
What are you talking about?
Neil and Paul can fill you in later. Right now, I have a little bit of work to do before my ride gets here.
Paul and Neil didn't fire you, did they?
What? No. I kinda just need to focus on some stuff. I'm kinda making a transition.
Well, I know I can speak for everyone at the Escape Pod cast. The entirety of the Escape Pod Castaways network, and even all the Padawans, when I say we appreciate everything you've always done for us, Llama, and we support you and everything you do.
Wow. Well, thanks.
Yeah, don't mention it. But you could mention that docking code for me. I can't attach without it.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Do you have a pen and paper?
No, I don't have a pen and paper, but I do have my trusty Galaxy Far, Far Away 8. I don't need a pen and paper. This thing comes with a stylus.
Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you serious? That combination is one number shy of something an idiot will put on their luggage. How typical.
Okay. Now, can I get back to what I was doing?
All right, carry on, Llama. I need to find something I was told was on board.
Is it another one of Paul's sci-fi trinkets?
I believe it might be locked inside of Vault 37.
Whatever the heck that is. Talk to you later, Helly. Okay, let's see if I have all of my episodes of Storytime archived. I got all my favorite memes downloaded. Why is my personal folder 42 gigabytes larger than it was 2 months ago? There is this huge archive inside my personal folder. Okay, who put this here? And why is it just a bunch of folders nestled inside one another with the name Inception? Ah. Wait, huh?
Testing. 1, 2, Boolean test. Do I know anybody named Mike? Answer. False. Mic check complete. If you are viewing this, you are a very persistent person at opening folders. Congratulations! If you're not the llama, though, I am very disappointed that you went snooping in her personal files. Not that I was doing that. I was just finding some place to put this in case something terrible happened to me, and I had to make sure it was somewhere I could trust. I, Noob, N00B, of Sound Body and Circuitry, do hereby leave this, my last will and testament. No, that sounds too dramatic. Llama, you may find this right away, or you may find it much later on. But, again, if catastrophe were to befall me, I want you to know that you are my best castaway friend. We have been through a lot together. You were one of the first to welcome me aboard the Fulcrum. I think I may have even seen you before I met Hellenics, when I was running around doing Outer Rim jobs. We didn't know each other that well, but we always knew of each other. I couldn't have asked for a better friend to keep close to me as I made this journey into Hellenics' fevered dreams of scripts every single month. But I'm glad that it has been with you. I know that you have been getting close to the end of your book. If you finished it, congratulations, I think. But there are so many more books to read and write. The next time I see you on the Fulcrum, I will make sure to give you one of my favorites. That is, if I'm okay after this upgrade. And who am I kidding? If you're seeing this README video, I'm not okay. But don't worry about me. That is why I included in this folder a backup of me. All you have to do is find another PK series droid and upload it to their root folder, after flashing the BIOS to Coruscant OS 3382 or higher. Make sure that you're in debug mode, though, as well, which can be... Look, I will put this all in an actual README file. If this is the llama watching this again, know that I will miss you the most of all if something happens after this upgrade. I hope that one day I can be as important to the Fulcrum as you are. If this is not llama, though, again, shame on you for snooping, and make sure she sees this. I have to get going, though, before Paul and Neil find out I haven't done the upgrade yet. And I hope they don't find this pre-update backup. Alex always told me upgrades can be bad news. Anyway, I love you, brother. You're the closest thing to a brother a droid like me has. 'Cause Helly's more of a father figure. Find a way to restore me if I am not the same old newbie. Help me, Llama. You're my only hope. I trust you.
Wow, I don't know what to say. That was very touching and plot specific, if you ask me.
Llama, Paul and Neil seem to have disappeared. For now, I guess. They do that from time to time. But maybe you could help me?
Of course, but about Noob.
What's the noob's problem this time, Llama?
You just had to get it in there, didn't you?
Hey, whoa. Paul wrote this script. Go complain to him. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm just a voice actor this time.
Anyway, Helly, Noob left this message for me to find. He left it horribly, but it seems he backed up his entire personality and existence on board the Fulcrum.
He what? That no good pile of rusty bolts and cracked sprockets?
I wouldn't say that about him. He actually cares about everyone and has a good heart. You should give him a bit of a break once in a while. He just wants to be part of the cast.
Whoa, you said that, huh?
Well, I paraphrased, but that's what his README file stated.
He left a README file? Oh, let me see that thing. I bet you that thing's epic.
No, it was for the person that found it, and only for the person that found it.
What? Why can't I see it?
There's just some things in life that are personal. And this was one of them. Now hush.
All right, fine. I'll hush. Was there anything else?
Yeah, here. This is a copy of Noob.
A copy of what? Oh, great. Is Newbie learning about, reproduction?
No, you bald buffoon. He made a backup before downloading some update 3 months ago or something. He was concerned he would be lost if something would ever happen to him.
Oh, well, then.
Fulcrum, we are here for the llama. BH1 requesting permission to dock.
Over my dead body. I ain't letting nobody collect no bounty on the llama while I'm around.
Relax, Helly. This is my ride.
BH1, huh? Fire spray 31. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, I need to take some time and work with the honeys and all my personal streams. I'm not leaving for good, and I'm not going away forever. I'm still a castaway, and I'm only a message away, always.
I hate to break up the party, but we're kinda on a schedule. We have to get to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
You just wait one Spartan second over here.
What's the problem this time, Hellenics?
Why does everybody keep saying that? It's kind of a thing, isn't it? I'm just wondering what Paul and Neil are supposed to do about story time. It's kind of a staple of the show. What are they going to do now?
I'm sure you'll figure something out. I already made a phone call. Just do what you need to do, and you're doing fine.
Hey, Llama. Thanks for everything. You know, I already miss the Llama, but who in the world would he call to take over story time? I mean, I'm already way too busy with all these animated pseudo-cartoons I've been doing lately, and the occasional season finale, and my glorious voice acting, and running the GRDS, and trolling people in GAC. That's very important, you know.
Hello there.
Thaddeus Broderick. You are a bold one.
Yeah, I'm here for story time.
You are?
Of course. I've been trained in the story arts. My years of carefully crafting content has created in me a kind of, how should I put it, capability to conjure in the minds of kids a story so real they may just crap themselves.
Wait, I think we just switched original script lines.
Yeah, I figured we'd switch back to the original script, otherwise it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
True.
Agreed.
Makes sense.
Good move.
Indubitably.
Excellent. Okay, who's writing this script?
Paul.
Okay, that totally makes sense.
True.
Perfect.
No.
Reasonable.
Nuh-uh.
Very sensible.
Yeah, no.
Okay, not this again. Look, I was supposed to take over for Llama. Llama needs to step away, and do you know where I'm supposed to go? I was told to meet my assistant here somewhere. There's a trailer I'm supposed to have. I need a hair and makeup guy.
Llama recorded his episodes down the hall on a modified Dejaric table.
I mean, I guess that could work. But I mean, he's covered so much. What am I even supposed to talk about? Everything's already been said.
Look, Thad, I'm sure you can come up with something for fun 5-minute blurbs for newbies every week.
Or I could come up with explanations where these characters come from as they are released to the game. And then, as new characters come in, I could talk about their backstories, the lore, everything surrounding them.
There you go, thinking with that beautiful bald head of yours, huh?
Hey, us bald guys gotta stick together.
Damn right. We work hard, we play harder.
You know that's a Simpsons quote that maybe we shouldn't be making right now?
God damn it, Paul.
Anyways, we need to wrap it up, Helly. There's an after show. I understand they're going to be serving these, like, really seasoned wraps. I've heard really great things about them, but you don't know if they're, like, vegan or non-dairy, because I don't eat anything that doesn't have meat and cheese.
Thad, it's a season wrap party, not a party serving seasoned wraps.
Who am I kidding? I'll eat anything.
Them voitha. But, what are we supposed to do next?
I got this. Remember to smile and stay nerdy.
Yeah, and doesn't Paul always say, be nice to each other, damn it?
Helly? Push the button.
Don't mind if I do. Ta-ta for now, folks.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, the Escape Pod
Cast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.